Hello, hi, good evening, and a very, very warm welcome to all the friends who are joining us here today. You may find it a little unusual, I calling or referring to all of you as friends, but this is something which I've experienced personally when I listen to the recording or I watch the recording of the webinar. I personally feel that this is so unengaging participants or audience. It's so unengaging, unrelated. So I don't think any one of you will have an objection referring to you all as a friend. I believe many of you may be senior to me, many of you may be of my age, and many of you may be junior to me, but still all of us can be friends, right? So good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. As always, we are going to allow a couple of minutes to everyone to join in and settle down, and then we will get started with the discussion. But before we move any further with our discussion, I have to attend to something which is very important, and that is to check if the live stream is working fine. So I'll take few seconds to check on that very, very quickly. All right. All right, so I've checked the live stream is working fine. Now, why was I saying that it is very, very crucial and important? Because most of you would want to have the recording of today's session. Now, in order to provide you with the recording, we have to ensure that it is the live stream is working fine because we live stream the webinar onto YouTube, and then we will provide the recording to you. That also links to one of the common questions that we have in our webinars, that we will we get the recording of the webinar, and the answer is absolutely yes. All of you will get the recording. In fact, after this webinar you will get a system generated email with the recording link, and I will also try to send you an email from my side, to all of you, a personal email from my side that will also have the recording. All right, so you will get that. Now, by now, you may have already experienced or guessed that this is a slightly different Zoom meeting that we are all joined to. Because unlike a Zoom meeting where you have a mic unmute option and you have your camera options, those are all missing here because this is a webinar, Zoom webinar format that you have joined. So how are we going to interact? If you have a question and you want to ask me, how are we going to interact? Now, for that, there are two tools that we are going to use. The first one is chat, which I think already many of you have started using, which is very nice. And just and I can see that a lot of uh, friends are sharing good evening. So good evening to all of you. But there's a slight suggestion that I would want to share with you. Here, in addition to sharing a good evening, it would have been amazing that you also shared a small brief about yourself, your organization. So broadly, five things should be there. First one, your company name. Second, what product or services you offer. Third is your website. Fourth is your contact details, right? So, and where are you located? That's the fifth one, your geographic location. So that will help because these messages that you're sharing in the chat, they're not just read by me, they're read by all the friends, the exporter friends that we have here. And we have almost a century here. So and the number will keep growing as we move along. So God knows you may be able to find a buyer or supplier in this session, and it has happened in the past also that in fact not just buyer and supplier, two gentlemen were even able to crack a deal during the session itself, right? So God knows. Please, whenever you're participating in these kind of virtual events, share those. In fact, you may have heard of this term called elevator pitch. In the startup ecosystem, it is referred to a lot. So you should have that elevator pitch ready with you all the times. And whenever you meet a person physically, face to face or digitally, you should have that, right? So just keep it always ready and ready to fire, right? So that's a suggestion I thought of sharing, because that helps you connect with a lot of people and the person knows. Otherwise, hi, I am Adnan. Other than that, you don't know anything, right? So please keep that or take that as a suggestion from my side. Now, the point which I was just trying to make was, and we got slightly distracted, is one is the chart that we are going to use. Second is Q&A. So if you have a question, then I will request that you should avoid adding it to the chat. I've seen a lot of people do that. They make that mistake that they add the question to the chat. Don't do that, because already you can see there are many messages that we are receiving from our exporter friends who are joining us here. So there's a possibility that your question might get missed out, right? So it goes up and I fail to see it and I may miss it, right? So add your questions in Q&A so that they don't get missed out. All right. So perfect. I will move the chat and the Q&A window onto the other monitor so that I also have a visibility on them. And if there is anything that requires immediate attention, I can do that. All right. So this is where we are now formally getting started. So once again, good evening and a very warm welcome to all the friends who are joining us here today. Wonderful. So this is where I'm going to start sharing my screen. And as I share my screen, I will also introduce myself. But before that, we'll take a quick moment to welcome Mukesh ji, who is a FIEO official. He is an official at the Federation of All India Export Organization, and he has taken time from his busy schedule and he is joining us here today. So welcome Mukesh ji to the
Good
session.
good evening, sir. Good evening, and to all participants also. Good evening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Go ahead.
Mukesh ji.
Go ahead, sir.
So this is where now I am starting to share my screen, and in next few moments you'll start seeing my screen and we will move ahead with today's discussion. And I did mention, while I will be sharing the screen, I'll give a quick introduction about myself. Generally, in most webinars, I have a slide talking about myself, but this is where, because we'll be doing a mix of slide and actual walkthrough, so I just thought of avoiding that so that we don't have too many slides, right? So this is the presentation. Let me go full screen. All right. So I hope my screen is visible, and I'll appreciate if anyone from any friend from the audience can confirm this chat yes, so that I can know that the screen is visible, although I can see that on the other monitor. But it is always great to have a viewer's perspective. Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for confirming, because I can see there is literally an endless trail of chats coming. So I can't name everyone in time. But thank you, everyone, for informing and confirming that you're able to see the screen. So I was mentioning that I'll start with an introduction about myself. So my name is Adnan. I'm Director Digital Commerce at GlobalLinker. My functional responsibility as at GlobalLinker is of a product head or a business head. I head all the e-commerce related initiatives at GlobalLinker, whether it is platform, marketplaces, or other strategic initiatives that we have in different countries. Other than that, the second role that I play, and which is very close to my heart, is of a public speaker and trainer, wherein I conduct a lot of conferences, seminars, webinars, workshops, and I share some knowledge and information with business owners in different countries so that they can effectively, or if I have to just reword it, easily use digital and technology, because this lack of knowledge is impacting the use or adoption of use, especially adoption of use of digital technology, especially by MSMEs, right? So they're not aware how to use it, and that's why they are not able to grow digitally, right? So that's where we try to contribute as much as possible by conducting conferences, webinars, workshops, etc. And I had the wonderful opportunity of conducting more than 500 such sessions in different countries and sharing a little bit of knowledge with about 12,000 businesses. So that was a quick introduction about myself. Now coming to Indian Business Portal, what is Indian Business Portal and how it is going to help your business? We are going to discuss all that, but we'll start our discussion with a basic understanding. about Indian Business Portal. So, what is Indian Business Portal? So, let's move ahead. So, what is the objective or what is the overview? So, Indian Business Portal basically is a B2B marketplace which is created to help Indian exporters get global export visibility, especially a visibility in front of international buyers. In the slide, you can see I've written down the salient features, which is creating your profile and product catalog, showcasing product and services globally. And the third one, where I have also highlighted or made it bold, enabling direct digital platform engagement. I'll read it again. Enables direct digital platform engagement. What it means or implies is that unlike the conventional or the existing solutions which are popular in the market, there is no intermediary in between, right? So directly buyer is connecting with you, they're directly talking to you, they are directly doing business with you. There is no one who is grabbing the details in between and passing it on to other people, right? Nothing like that. So direct interaction is happening, and obviously it supports Indian vision of becoming a superpower, an export superpower. All right, so that is a quick and short, crisp overview or introduction about Indian Business Portal. Now, who has created this? This happens to be a very common question, so that's why I thought of introducing this slide. So, two organizations. One is the Federation of All India Export Organization. I believe most of you are already familiar with FIEO, but I'll just share a quick introduction. So, FIEO is an apex export promotion body by the government of India to promote Indian export, and GlobalLinker is a technology platform that helps businesses in effectively, easily, and effectively creating their own digital presence and adopting digital ways of doing business, especially selling online. So we help businesses. I'm from GlobalLinker, so I we help businesses firstly create their own digital presence and then sell digitally or create a visibility digitally so that they are able to sell digitally. So these are the two organizations who have joined hands and created this presence. Apart from India, we also have presence in multiple countries: Sri Lanka, Philippines, UAE, Kenya. These are few of the names which I can recall, but there are many, many countries that we are lining up. So that's a quick introduction about the two organizations who have come together to create the Indian Business Portal. Now, why it is needed, because we all understand how digitally digital adoption is happening. That's how the business is being done is changing, and that's where buyers, especially the newer buyers, the late millennials or the Gen Zs, they are preferring digital. In fact, for most of the Gen Zs, if you don't exist digitally, you don't have any existence at all, right? So buyers preference, and with AI, and we are going to talk a little bit about AI discoverability as well as we move along. So that is also another challenge which exporters are facing. To help you overcome all those challenges related to your digital visibility, that is the core offering, right? So your own digital visibility plus a additional visibility on Indian Business Portal so that you have a broader visibility. That is the objective. And I can absolutely imagine whatever I'm saying, you may not be able to relate to it. So I'll show you examples, and that's where you'll be able to relate to it. So we'll go to those examples. But before that, let's quickly understand what are the key features for exporters of Indian Business Portal. So you have an option of creating your own digital storefront, and we are going to discuss. In fact, I'm going to show you examples of digital storefront as well. And then you have the buyer discovery. So that's where international buyers can discover you. There's a RFQ system, which I'm going to explain to you. You have obviously global visibility in front of international buyers. You can showcase your offerings absolutely free. And you also manage your product catalogs here, right? So these were the key features. Now, if you have certainly seen the slide color has changed. So I've deliberately kept these in a different slide because there's a very, very important topic that I would want to discuss with you for a couple of minutes, because this is a change which is happening, and I've already indicated about that. That is the AI being aggressively used for supplier search and evaluation. Now, when that change is happening, is it impacting you? The answer is absolutely yes, because now more and more international buyers are using AI for searching suppliers and also evaluating, right? So if you are thinking that, okay, if I can approach a international buyer directly, well and good, you can approach them. Now, what if that person uses AI to evaluate you, right? So I receive an email or a message from a exporter in India. Now, instead of uh, going to their profile, I just give that business's detail to an AI and ask it to evaluate it and give me a report. It will do that. Now, if you don't have the right digital presence, you will not get good score there. And even if you are doing a direct reach out, you may not get a response from there, right? So, and thinking that you have a website that means you are AI discoverable is absolute misconception. Having a website does not guarantee your AI discoverability. And in many of my previous webinars, I've done this practice wherein I've asked the audience to share their websites, and we have reviewed their live, and we have found that the website is not providing any form of AI discoverability, right? So don't have that misconception. Now, why are we talking about this AI discoverability? Because it is a significant problem, and all of you, each and every one of you, is impacted or is going to be impacted by this change. And I want all of you to be ready for this change. And there is a solution which is available. We all understand how the AI adoption is impacting the exporters most extensively. So I'm going to switch my screen and show to you the solution which is available and which is a relatively easy fix. So because this change has started happening, and we realize, and this is where early on when this change, because we ourselves extensively use AI in our platform and in our working. So that's where when we started observing that our exporters are getting impacted. So firstly, we started working with them to educate them, to guide them that fix this, fix that. And that's where we realized like it was almost impossible for them to do the right fixes. So that's where we introduced a service that helps exporters become digitally discoverable. And what you are seeing on your screen are examples, few examples, which I'm showing to you of businesses who are exporters like you, who have availed this service and they have become a digitally discoverable. So this is a business. 100-year-old business that is into perfumes and others and essential oil, and they have got their AI discoverable websites made on our platform. Now, as compared to a conventional, because on the face of it, it looks like a typical website that any business may have. But if you look at the content, because AI needs a lot of information about you. So unlike a typical website where you have a about us page, there are almost 8, 9 different pages which are here, so that AI has content and information for anything and everything that it needs. For example, someone has asked AI to find an exporter of essential oils that has these certifications. Now, if you don't have a page on your website which talks about the certifications that you have, then your chances of getting shortlisted are absolutely zero, or there are no chances, if I have to say it. But if you're talking about that, and there is a dedicated content, plus the content has to be crafted in a way that it is favorable to AI, plus all the content that you're adding to your website, including your products, etc., they all should be in a schema structure so that AI can understand it. So I can just show you that very quickly. So while it runs, I can show you a few other examples. There's a business which is into jute product, and they have also availed of this service. And again, you can see all the content is created for them. And we just don't stop with creating these business information content or the product related content, we also go to an extent where we create the blog articles. And this is where we have an example. So this is a business which is into organic agro product. They are exporters. And here you can see there's an article, how to verify quality and certification when importing spices from India. Now, any international buyer, let's say from Europe or US, when they are importing spices from India, and especially if they are doing it for the first time, they will have this question. Now, once they have this question, what will they do? They will either search on Google or they will ask an AI in both the cases, because we are providing an answer to that. So obviously it will lead to traffic, if not immediately in future, but it will obviously present us or this seller as an authority, right? So these kind of minute things which are required to become AI discoverable, they are all taken care in the service offering. And there are many, many such businesses who have availed of this service. So if you're sincere and if you're serious about becoming AI discoverable, then you can let me know. I'm going to share my contact details in the next presentation slide. So that's where we can, you can connect with me. Let me just move to that slide. So this is where you can either scan the QR, or I am going to chat my WhatsApp link. Just give me a quick second. And I'm sharing the link in the chat as well as my number. So you can connect with me in person. And if required, if you still have a confusion whether my website is providing me AI discoverability or not, let's review it. Let's do a review of the website. You can share the website link to me. I can review it and I can share my observations with you. All right. So this is where you have the QR. You can do that. You can type ready and you'll get an automated reply from my side, or you can just type hi and share your website link. All right. So you have the link as well as my number in the chat, and you have the uh, QR on the screen. So you can either scan it or you can use the link or the direct phone number to send me a WhatsApp message. All right. So this is the presentation. Now, before we move away from the presentation, I would want to show you the entire ecosystem or give you an overview of the entire ecosystem. So this is your business, and how are you going to list your offering on Indian Business Portal? So you will either create your B2B website or you will upload your product, and then they will become listed on Indian Business Portal. Now, once that has happened, FIEO constantly puts in effort and brings in international buyers onto Indian Business Portal. Now, once those buyers are coming to Indian Business Portal, obviously, if your products and your offerings are there, they can review your offerings and then they can obviously do business with you. So that's one area of opportunity which exists for you. The second area of opportunity is in form of your own website. Now, if you didn't have a website, now you have a website. Now you can market your business digitally. You can promote your business online, and you can bring in international buyers onto your website, and you can do convert them into leads and then into transactions. Now, the third island of opportunity or area of opportunity that you have is a business community. So when you are joining this ecosystem, you are also becoming a part of a community that has members or entrepreneurs from 150 countries. So you can also do business networking with them, similar to how you do professional networking on LinkedIn. You can send them a contact request, and once they have approved, you can exchange messages from with them. And if they have a requirement for you, there you go, you have a customer. And if they don't have a requirement, they may be able to introduce you to someone who may have a requirement for your products, right? So that is another area of opportunity that exists for you. So this is where I'll minimize the presentation and will straight away go to Indian Business Portal. And now I will explain the rest of the things using the Indian Business Portal. All right. So what you're seeing on your screen is Indian Business Portal. Now, what we have to discuss or understand here is how are you going to do business with international buyers on Indian Business Portal. So there are two methods or two processes through which you will be doing business, or you will be connecting with international buyers. The first method is something which you can see on your screen as well. This is the post buying requirement. Now, this is where you must be little confused. Buying requirement, it does not look like I'm a seller, I want to sell. Buying requirement, how it is related? So yes, obviously you have thought it right. It is not related to you, it is related to the international buyers. So international buyers, a lot of time when they are wanting to import from India, they don't want to get into the hassle of going and searching for exporters and then having interaction, right? So they just want to have exporters share their details with them and then review it, and then they'll contact, right? So they want to do it other way around, the easier way. So when these international buyers have these requirements, they either use this feature, the post buying requirement feature, or they directly connect with FIEO, or a common practice is to reach to an embassy, Indian embassy in their country, and then Indian embassy redirects them to Indian business portal or to a FIEO official, who again, after evaluating that requirement, then passes it on here on Indian Business Portal, right? So there are multiple channels, government channels through the where these international buyers come, or their requirements come to Indian Business Portal. So after evaluation, FIO presents those requirements here, right? So there's a requirement from Zimbabwe, there's a requirement from Portugal for stainless steel products, right? So these are displayed here. Now, don't be disheartened that, oh, okay, only the two requirements are there. They keep coming and going, right? So from time to time, I've just clicked on view all, and this is where you can see. So there's a security product requirement. There's a Portugal requirement, which was there, which I can see is closed. And then we have a biscuits requirement from Mongolia. So all these requirements are here. Now, they are typically live for a week or 10 days or 15 days, depending on like what is the duration which is provided by the international buyer. But they are live for a stipulated period, right? So this is where you can see the end dates. So whenever these requirements are getting posted, if you are listed on Indian Business Portal, you'll get an update. You'll get an email update that there's a new requirement which has come on Indian Business Portal, and you should have a look at it and review and respond if you are wanting to fulfill that requirement. Now, there is a possibility because unfortunately, that email update that we share with you, Google considers it as a update or a promotional, and it does not land in your primary, and there are high chances that you may miss that email. So what is the solution? Solution is very simple. Just make it a routine that every day at a particular time you'll open Indian Business Portal and have a look at this page. Hardly 20 seconds or 10 seconds it will take, but you will not miss out. You will not accidentally miss out any important lead or requirement that is there. All right. So that is about how not to miss out. Now, once these requirements are displayed here, they are for a particular period. Now, during this period, you are required. So, if you are wanting to fulfill this requirement from Mongolia, which is for biscuits, you have to share your details. Now, before I show you the form and how you can easily share your details, there is, or I would want to share with you the entire timeline, because that happens to be a very common question that we get on our help desk. That I've replied, I've shared my details for a RFQ, and I haven't got a response from the buyer. And we asked them, okay, which RFQ and when did you share the detail? I shared it yesterday. So that's where I would want to clarify that so that you don't have that misconception or misunderstanding. So, till this period, till this time is there, and this is including, so it will be live till the night of 10th February. So, once this period gets over, then only these details go into a scrutinization process. And once that scrutinization process is completed, then the details are shared with the international buyer, who will then take some time to review the details and then make up their mind, and then share the final shortlisted exporters with whom they would want to do the business. So, on a broader scale, you should imagine at least 3 to 4 weeks for you to hear anything about the buying requirement, right? So immediately you'll not get any response, but within 3 to 4 weeks, So once this period gets over, about 5 to 7 days for scrutinization. FIEO does a very extensive scrutinization because it has happened in the past that wrong details were accidentally shared with international buyers. So they go line by line review everything. So they do that review, and once that review is done, then the details are shared with international buyer, who will again take 1 or 2 weeks to decide, and then the results will be shared with FIEO. Now, what will be the next step and how that next step will happen, right? So you'll fill these details, and now what will be the next step? So next step is wherein the international buyer has taken the decision. They have decided, okay, these are the exporters I would want to do business with. Now, what will they do? What will happen next? So they will, and which is a very common practice, they will share that list, that these are the 5 or 10 or 50 or whatever that number of shortlisted exporters are. So please schedule meetings with them. So FIEO will then reach out to you, schedule meetings with you, and then you'll meet them online, and the discussion will happen. Or if they are traveling physically, then in-person meetings will be coordinated. The second is wherein they will directly contact you. So they will reach out to you over the email that you have shared your interest in fulfilling this requirement. We would want to connect with you to discuss it further. What time you are available, right? So you will get a that type of communication. The third is wherein they will share that list with FIEO, that these are the exporters which we have shortlisted. Now, please ask them to connect with us, right? So instead of reaching out to all of you individually, they are asking FIEO to ask you to connect with them, and FIEO will share their contact details with you. So either of the three will happen, and obviously, which one will happen will depend on the buyer's decision. All right. So that's how it will happen. Now, there are scenarios wherein after investing 1 or 2 weeks, the buyer is not able to decide which exporter they should be working with. So in that case, FIEO takes the buyer's permission, and once they have provided the permission, then their details are shared with all the exporters who have submitted the form. So that may also happen. If they are not able to decide, then all of you will get their details, and then you can personally reach out to them and discuss their requirement. All right. So that is about how this process works. Now let's quickly have a look at the form. So I'm opening the form. It is a very simple form, but there are 2 points I would want to share with you. The first point is being clear about the requirement. It has happened in past that the exporter was not clear about the requirement. They didn't take the pain, or it is not even a pain. You don't have to go through a very detailed document, right? So it is just a few paragraphs and points that you have to review and understand. So they intentionally or unintentionally they omitted it, right? So they didn't go through the requirements in details, and they just submitted their details, and then they got shortlisted. And when they were having a meeting with the international buyer, that's where they realized they can't fulfill the requirement, which is a embarrassing situation for all of us as Indians. So that's where, please, it is a sincere request with all of you that before submitting or filling the form, you should read this. And if you have any question, you can just reach out to FIEO officials. I'll share the email ID. It is there in the footer. I'm just quickly scrolling down. This is where you'll see the email ID. So you can drop an email on this email ID, and if your official will guide you. If they already have that information, they will provide it to you. If they don't have that information available, then they will talk to the international buyer, and they'll try to get that information to you, right? But be clear about the requirement, right? What is the requirement? You should be absolutely clear. All right, now moving on to the form. As I mentioned, it is a very simple form. So the first field is the email, then you have the company name, mobile number. All of you must be having that. IC code, all of you must be, you are exporters, so you have certainly. Then you have the copy of IC code that you have to upload. Are you a merchant exporter or manufacturer exporter? You can select that. If you are both, you can select both the options. And if you are a merchant exporter, or if you are specifying yourself as a merchant exporter, you should upload a factory license or MSME certificate. Then if you are a registered member of FIEO or any export promotion council, you should upload the RCMC certificate. Are you listed on Indian Business Portal? If yes, and then you can provide the link of your uh, profile or the online store if you have created. And then you have to specify your experience and whether you have exported this, yes, no. So these last two questions which are there. So one is here where you are required to talk about your experience, and the second is about your capabilities. This is where you have to be detailed. This is the second point which I wanted to share with you, because what we have seen that many exporters, and this is not the newer ones or the startups or the exporters who have just started, even experienced exporters who have decades of experience in exporting, we have seen that they are very conservative in providing a response. We have seen that they'll just type, yes, we have experience, just that. Now, understand, international buyer has to go through this list and they have to review and evaluate and make up their mind. Now, unless you're talking in detail about the experience, and this where again you don't have to write an essay here, but at least one or two paragraphs, or at least two paragraphs, 2 to 3 paragraphs, you should be writing about what is your experience and what are your capabilities. If you are just typing yes here, then my friend, you are not going to get shortlisted. You have to be detailed. Now, a very common counter question which I get from the exporter friends and the friends who have just started their business is, we are a startup. We don't have experience. What should we do? Should we be left out, right? So they are almost in a protest mode. So that's where the answer is, obviously you are not left out. You are more than welcome to submit your response. But this is where, firstly, don't lie that you don't have any experience. You are just starting off. Be absolutely clear, because in today's day and age, it is very, very simple to find or extract the entire background. In matter of minutes, anyone can know anything about anyone, right? Especially in the business space. So everything is clear, or everything is in public view. So don't lie. And second is, there is something special that you are bringing on the table. So you have to be transparent that we don't have experience. We are starting off, but I have this amount of experience in this trade, or I have these production process, or I have these unique sourcing capabilities which are not there. And because of that, I'm going to offer you a amazing deal, or I'm going to offer you amazing product, right? So those kind of things should be there. And again, don't add your contact details in these. Obviously, you will get uh, left out in the scrutinization. So don't add, your contact details are already there. A lot of people just add in the experience, they also add their contact details here. Obviously, it doesn't look nice on us. So please avoid doing that. So experience and capabilities, what are you required to do, or what you will do when you're submitting the form? You will be detailed, and you will be adding at least 1 or 2 paragraph, or 3 paragraph is possible, about your experience and capabilities. All right. So that is the first process which is there for you to do business with international buyers. The second process is wherein the international buyer will directly contact you. How does that happen? So, international buyers mostly land on your product, because there's a lot of search engine optimization effort which is being put in, and you'll be surprised to know this, but I have personally seen it happen many, many times, where the profile or the page of Indian business portal outranks exporter's website, right? So the exporter website is on rank 2, and the page from Indian business portal is on rank 1. So mostly they land on the product. And just to help you relate to what I'm seeing, let's open any product. Let's open this one, and let's open this one also. So there are two different products. This looks like a product for this looks like a clutch plate. This is from Bajaj Clutch Components. So imagine I am someone who's wanting to import automobile parts. So I'm looking for clutches. So I land on this page, and this is where I see, okay, there is a clutch which is available, and the seller is Bajaj Clutch Components. So I can go to their profile. This is the profile where I can see all the products. And from international buyers perspective, this is the first, second question which I have. Okay, they have the product, what else do they have? That's the second question. So this is where you can see all the products which are there from this particular supplier. They are all showcased here. So I can see the different products, and if there are requirements, not only of that product, but there are requirements for other products also, which I wanted to import. So I can go and I can see, okay, he has this one also, amazing. So all my requirements can be fulfilled by one exporter only, which is very nice. So I have found someone who has the product which I wanted. Now, I would want to understand more about them before I take any action. So for that, there's a about section available here, and this is where this particular exporter has been conservative. They haven't added the details, but ideally, when you are listing your products on Indian Business Portal, you should add details. In fact, I'll try to show you. So this is where we have another exporter, and this is where you can see they have added the details about themselves, advantages, innovations, and the other details. So you should do that. But just to help you understand, this is where I can go as an international buyer and I can review that. Review the information and connect with them. Now, this is where, friends, I am being honest with you with this kind of update. Although you are imagining that I'm listed on Indian Business Portal and I should get traffic, but you will not get any benefit because you haven't done your job, right? So it is like you're appearing in the exams, but you're only answering the one or two questions that give you passing marks. So it is almost like that, what is here. Even the product, I didn't say that, but there was very little description. So please don't do what Bajaj clutch components have done, because otherwise you will not get right. So this is like this is getting the passing marks. Obviously, you will not move ahead with that. So that's there. But let's move on. That's not what we are here to discuss. We are here to discuss what happens next. So once that international buyer has made their mind, they can request for a meeting, right? So this is where you have a request meeting, and this is a very, very popular method these days. So they will request for a meeting that I would want to meet you at this day and time. Are you available, right? So this is where they're not scheduling, they're requesting a meeting that I would want to meet you. Now, you will get a email notification that a international buyer is wanting to meet you at this time on this day. And then if you're available, you can obviously accept the request. If you are not available, then you can respond back that I am not available, and can we meet at this particular time. And then you can have a conversation with the international buyer, right? So this is one method. The second method, which you can see here, is contact seller. So in this case, they will be contacting you, or they'll be sharing their details. You'll get a email notification that a particular exporter or international buyer is wanting to contact you, and you'll get their country, you'll get their company name, you'll get their name, their designation, their email, the phone number, everything you'll get, and then you can reach out to them. Now, if you are someone who has also created their online store, their website here, so it will also be showcased here. So that is a additional, what do you call, additional comfort for the international buyer, because this is where they can go and they can see your website, they can understand more about you, and in many cases they also go ahead and directly contact, because on your website your contact details are displayed, so they can go and they can contact you also, right? So that also happens. So if you're creating a website, then that is a additional advantage that you also get. Otherwise, without even the website, you can list the products, but add details, because without details there's no uh, benefit, or there's no future in the digital world. All right. So this is how you will be connecting with the international buyers. I had accidentally closed this browser. So very quickly, I'll log into my account, and I'll show you the control panel. All right. So we have the control panel open here. All of you will have this kind of control panel if you are creating your websites or online stores, B2B websites or online stores on the platform. So there's the control panel. Now, all of you may have this question or anxiety in my mind. What if someone has scheduled a meeting and I missed the email? So we have provided a section in the website wherein you can go and you can see all the meetings which are scheduled. So this is where you'll see all the meetings which are for today, which are the upcoming meetings. You'll get all the information here. Now, similarly, for the contact messages which are shared by international buyers, there is a contact us message section. So all the details. This is a demonstration account, by the way, a dummy company. So it is not linked with Indian Business Portal. That's why I'm not able to show you how the details will appear. But this is where you will have all the details. So even if you accidentally miss out, there's the place where you can go and check. All right. So this is how you are going to connect. Now, I did mention to you there is the third island of opportunity which exists for you. So all of you are going to have this kind of a dashboard. Now, uh, if you scroll down here, this is where you have the various posts which are being done by various businesses. So you are also encouraged to do post, and other businesses can comment. Now, uh, another thing which you can do for connecting with other businesses is here. This is where you can see add connection. So you can go there, and using the add connection features, you can search for businesses or entrepreneurs from other countries, and you can send them a message, contact request, and then once they have accepted your contact request, then you can connect and exchange a message with them. Right? You can chat with them. So that option is also available, right? So this is where now I will turn off the screen share, and we will back into the question answer round. So if there are any questions, I can only see there are two questions at the moment. So we will start answering them. But before that, if you haven't already messaged me, so I'm going to share my WhatsApp link once again. And there was some issue with my camera. All right, so I am trying to share that, and I am also going to share my contact number. So both the things are shared in the chat, and uh, the first question we had in the chat, and that was early 4:20. So it was from Mr. Amit. And Mr. Amit, if you're still with us, I hope now you are clear how to connect with international buyer. The next was from Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, and he messaged that the screen is not viewing clearly. So screen share was working fine, probably because of internet connection. Sometime it takes a little time to load up. So I hope the session was okay with you. Otherwise, we will share the recording with you. Next question is from Mr. Abhijit, and his question is where to create a profile, Indian Business Portal or GlobalLinker portal. So you can either go to Indian Business Portal, and there you have an option of list or uh, register as Indian exporters. So through that, you can do that. Or if you have already signed up and you have a profile on GlobalLinker, from there also you can list. So if you have already signed up, you don't have to sign up two times. And if you haven't done that, then you just go. In fact, I will show you that also. Just give me a quick second, and I will start sharing my screen. So just allow me a quick moment to minimize these. These must be appearing like a black boxes on your screen. So I've started sharing my screen once again, and this is to Abhijit or Mr. Abhijit's question. His question is how to list on Indian Business Portal. So if you already have an account, so if you have gone to GlobalLinker, or we have different partnerships, let's say with ICICI or Telangana state government or RAI. So if you have already signed up through any of those associations, or you have directly signed up on GlobalLinker and you have a profile there, then you don't have to do anything. So in your product, you'll have that option. In fact, I'll show you. So this is where you, if you haven't created an online store, so here you'll see all your products, and for each product, you'll have this option list on Indian Business Portal, and you can easily list your products. Obviously, you'll have to firstly go and submit the request. So you'll have to go and submit the request. In fact, I believe it will be helpful because I am getting a sense that I'm confusing you. So just for everyone's reference, let me explain the entire process. So you have to go to Indian Business Portal, click on this option, sell on Indian Business Portal, register as Indian exporter, click on that. It will open the second page, and this is where you have to click on create your catalog. You can click there or click here, whichever you like. Both the pages will take you to the same flow. This is where you have 5 steps. You have to continue and then add your business details. You have to do a GST verification. That's why I can't show you the next steps, but you have to go through these 5 steps, and which are very simple. Once you are done with your 5 steps, you will get this kind of an interface. Now on this interface, on the left side, you have your catalog. So you have to firstly go and upload the products. Once you have uploaded the products, then you have to go and see this option, which is Indian Business Portal. You have to click there, fill in the form, so it has all the details. And if you see this where you have to tell whether you're a FIEO member or not, you have to import and verify your IC code, and then you have to select the business entity type, and when did you start your business, manufacturer, merchant, exporter, and you can select both the fields also if you are a dual. And are you MSME, export turnover for previous 3 years, in countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees. Certification is very important because they are displayed on your profile. Advantages, innovation. So update this profile and then submit the request. Once you have submitted the request, it is reviewed by our team, and within 1 or 2 working days, once that is approved, then you have to come here and you have to map your product. So for example, this is a jeans. So I have to come here and then I have to map it with fashion apparel and fabrics, and then I can select jeans, and then I can click on list on Indian Business Portal. So that is how you have to list your product. Now, related to this, if you are someone who already has an account and who is on GlobalLinker, or let's say ICICI GlobalLinker, then you don't have to go back again and sign up again. You don't have to do that. On your account also, you'll have this option. Or if you have created an online store, then you'll have this kind of a interface where you have all the products. So once you have uploaded the products, then you can go and you can submit the request from your control panel also. So from your website's control panel, you have to fill up the same form and submit the request. Once the request gets approved, then you have to go and in the product edit, you have to go and turn on the button list on Indian Business Portal. It shows somewhere here. So switch that on and then map the categories, and the products will start appearing. We are working on making this autonomous. So the moment it gets switched on, the products are auto mapped, but it will take some time because it's a AI driven process. So we have to map and train the AI also. So it will happen soon, but till that time, you'll have to map all your products manually. So that's how you'll be able to list on Indian Business Portal. All right. Hope that clarifies or answers the questions related to listing. And that's exactly the second question which we got. And that's from Mr. Arshad. And his question is, I already have a profile on GlobalLinker. Do I need to register again? Absolutely not. Same profile, you'll be able to list your products on Indian Business Portal as well. Right? So just scroll down below on the left side, you'll see Indian Business Portal, fill in the details, do the IC verification, and then submit the request. Once that request gets approved, then you'll see the options list on Indian Business Portal. Just map your products and the products will start appearing. But do update that profile diligently. Next question is from Sonam ji, or and the question is, how do we verify the buyers? So there is a level of due diligence that FIEO does, especially for the RFQ inquiries. But we always encourage, because this is your business, so it is your responsibility. Don't assume that the person has come from FIEO, so you should be blindly trusting them. No, do your due diligence, and then only you should be doing business with them. Next question is anonymous attendee. The point is they have tried to set up the website, but it is not working properly. Probably you were not able to set it up. So if you can share, I have already shared my WhatsApp number with everyone. So if you can share your website's link with me, I'll be happy to review it. So I'm sharing my contact number once again. Do drop me a message with the link of your website, and I will review it and I'll recommend a solution to you. Next question is again from Abhijit. His question is how foreign buyers are seeing the profile. So, Indian Business Portal is essentially promoted through the FIO's effort through the Government of India's various infrastructure that we have globally through the embassies, etc. And there is a search engine optimization effort that is also put in. With regards to your question about digital marketing, so that is done on Global Income Marketplace. So when you're joining the ecosystem, you also get a option to list on the Global Income Marketplace. So that is something which is promoted digitally as well. Uh, so Mr. Arshad has shared a question again. So after login, it is going to Global Linker. No worries. So you'll go to Global Linker, but if you look on the left side, that's where you will see there's an option to list on Indian Business Portal. That is the options. You have to submit the application, and then it will give you the options, right? So it will your interface continue to be on Global Linker, but you will be able to list your products on Indian Business Portal. All right. So uh, Mr. Daniel has shared that question three times. So, Daniel, you can share your website's link with me. I'll review and I'll share the solution with you. Next question is from Farhan, and his question is there a filter in RFQ? At this moment, because the volume is not that much, so we haven't added a filter, but in future we will introduce. If you go to Global Linker, that's where there's a large volume of, because it is domestic also. So there's a large volume, so there you have a filter. So as the volume on Indian Business Portal grows, we will add a filter here also. Yes, that will be added, but at this moment, there is no requirement, so that's why it is not added. Uh, Next question is from Avinash. His question is there a charge for registration? The answer is no, there are no charges for registration. You can list your products on Indian Business Portal absolutely free. If you want to create a website, that's where the charges are. If you don't want to create a B2B website, you can list for free. Next question is from Mr. Venkat Raman, and the question is they are a pharmaceutical manufacturer and they want to understand, can they list their products on FIO Indian Business Portal? Yes, absolutely, you can. There are many pharma exporters, by the way, already listed on Indian Business Portal. If you go and check, you'll find them. Next question is from Sahil. His question is, can we find buyers from a specific product along with their country? Now, if your question is, can we do that on Indian Business Portal? The answer is no, because on Indian Business Portal, we are also bound by the privacy guidelines. So we can't reveal the buyer's details or credentials without permission. So that's where they are not publicly displayed or accessible. They are secured. However, if your question is there a solution where I can go and check? So that is something we can ask Mukesh ji. So Mukesh ji, is there a place wherein they can go and check product wise which are the countries?
It is my request to him, sir. Just drop one mail to us. I will connect to him with our chapter, and they will help to him. Okay.
Sure. So
IBP at
I'll,
the yes, yes. Over this email ID, ask to him sending
yeah.
the form.
All right. So Sahil you have to drop an email at ibp at fio.org, and Mukesh ji or a few official will help and guide you. Uh, there's a question from Sonam, and Sonam ji's question is there a listing on Indian Business Portal free, or the products for it? So yes, listing on Indian Business Portal is free. However, if you want to create a B2B website, online store, or uh, yourself, or you want to avail the service, that's where it is paid. But for listing on Indian Business Portal and GlobalLinker Marketplace, they are both free. Next question is from Abhijit ji, and his question is from where we can get the product export data. So, Sahil ji, Abhijit, I will request you to also drop an email at ibp@fio.org. The email ID is there in the chat, and a FIEO official will help and guide you. Next question is from Rameshi, and his question is, INC certificate is sufficient or a GST certificate is also required? Mukesh, your opinion on this?
Yes, just GST certificate is also required. Whenever he will export, IGST refund should be also here. So I think GST registration is also mandatory in
Right.
export case.
So, Ramesh, both are mandatory. Uh, Next question is from Rahma Global Associate. They're asking, is there a field for mentioning MOQ? Yes, there is. There are fields for mentioning MOQ and MEQ also. So minimum MOQ is minimum order quantity, and then you have MEQ, which is minimum inquiry quantity. So whenever someone is sending you an inquiry, you can mention that this is the minimum inquiry, so they will not be sending. If they have a smaller quantity requirement, they will not be bothering you. So yes, that is there. And any other question? Because I am not seeing any question. So I'm just looking at is there a message or a question in the chat? Next question is from Mohammed Hussain. So, Hussain, you can also drop an email at ibp@fio.org, and FIO will see if there is anything available which they can share with you. All right, so this is where I think we should conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone, for taking out time and participating in this session. And I hope all of you have already shared your websites with me. If you haven't, you can do that right now also. I'm sharing my number once again in the chat. So please do that. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
there's
Thank you.
there's a
Thank.
comment by Yashji asking for the recording. Yes, you will all get the recording immediately after this webinar. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Thank you,
wonderful
sir.
evening.